everyone, Faye Grant here with themodernrealtors.com. I am so excited to be here with Greg, who's the owner of Replay Board Shop here in Abbotsford. Greg, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. Can you introduce yourself and just tell us about your shop?
Yeah, as you mentioned, Faye, I'm excited for you to be here as well.
Aw, thank you.
Of course, I love talking about skateboarding. And
Why you have the
we all like
passion.
talking about ourselves too, right? So,
yeah.
Replay was started back in 1997, and it's always been in Old Downtown. It was at a different location.
Okay.
And the owner at the time, his name was Dave, and Dave is a very well-known person in the community. Replay is now 24 years old. We'll be 25 next October.
Wow.
So that makes us British Columbia's second oldest skateboard shop.
Well, then it's funny because you guys are kind of like a landmark here in Abbotsford. I mean, I drive by here all the time, right? And it's such a unique location that I think if everybody that lives locally here, if they were to see the logo outside, they'd be like, oh yeah, I know that place. So yeah, it's like you're kind of a unique store.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Now you're the only board shop here in town, pretty much, right?
We are the outside of the mall. We are the only single location, family run,
independently owned
shop. Yes.
Awesome. So what kind of things do you sell in your store? What kind of services do you provide? Like what's here? If somebody were to come into Replay Board Shop, what can they expect to see?
Well, first and foremost, of course, skateboards.
Yeah.
We do skateboards. We have an old school section for people like myself that remember when skateboards didn't have a nose and just a flat surface on the front. We do longboards as well. One thing that is not really as well known as it should be is the longboard community in British Columbia. People that are very serious about longboarding, who want to go very, very fast. Yeah. They move here from all over the country because we have some of the best runs and races and culture for downhill longboarding.
You guys have scooters as well too, right?
Yes. Yeah. So in addition to skateboards, we sell the clothing, apparel. We have a fairly big shop for an independently run skateboard shop. In 2017, in November, we were the very first board shop in Canada, to the best of my knowledge. To start bringing in scooters. Nice. And the reason that I made that decision is because a few months back in August of 2017, I started running the shop and became the sole owner of Replay. And the thing that was really important and the thing that excited me was that a skateboard shop is a place where you can create a culture, and it has to have a heart, and it's not just a business. Absolutely, we need to pay our bills, and we want to keep providing raises for our employees, and to do that we have to run a good business. But in the other sense too, a skate shop, like a board shop, needs to feel welcoming for every person that comes in here, whether they're a hardcore skateboarder or a grandma or a young girl just learning to skate. We want everyone to feel comfortable. So I kind of encompass 3 different themes into the shop that we base all of our decisions around. So Replay Board Shop is a fun, community-orientated board shop, and that community-orientated aspect is really what excites me about it, and that's the aspect of the shop that the original owner Dave has always had. Okay. He was always for the community. He would do anything for the people that came in here. Wow. And that's the reason why the shop has continued.
How long have you owned the shop? Like, is this something that you've always known you've wanted to do, or like how did you come about to be the owner?
Through bookkeeping, actually.
Yeah, really? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, tell us more about that.
Well, I'm not the best with all the dates, but it's probably back in 2015 where I teamed up with a bunch of young entrepreneurs, and some of them were starting social media companies, or wanting to run a skateboard shop, or wanting to design skateboards. And a lot of times entrepreneurs have very creative they're very passionate, and they need someone who has strong administrative skills
Yes.
to help them navigate through those aspects of starting a business.
Yeah.
And that's the gifts that I've been given is in business administration.
Right.
So
yeah.
that's where I started with Replay, is handling some of the boring stuff.
What I love about what you were just talking about is how you create like an atmosphere. You create, you almost inspire people to express themselves. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. One pivotal part about skateboarding is that it's inherently very creative.
Yes.
And it attracts creative-minded people who often are very good at drawing or designing or just expressing themselves through different tricks that they try with their skateboard. So that's one thing that I want to always foster within the staff.
Yeah.
So we're always creating new sticker designs. We're always coming out with new board graphics, new T-shirts for the shop.
Yeah.
People that work here have a passion to start their own brand, so I help with that.
Oh wow!
And I want this Replay is a place where it's a hub of these creativity where people can come and actually express an idea they have and put it on paper and see it come into design and actually have a chance to sell it.
That's amazing. That's really inspiring too. So it's like not only are you giving young people a job and helping them kind of start in their working career, but also really like you're tapping into what their creativity is and almost like helping them get to explore their fullest potential. That's amazing. What kind of things do you do with the community?
So we do a ton of stuff. We do lessons. We run camps for the Abbotsford Recreation Center.
Yeah.
We work more and more closely with the city of Abbotsford to host events at skateboard parks.
Nice.
Basically, they hire us to have all the fun. And bring our speakers out.
How awesome is that, right?
Yeah.
Well, what I love about it too is that like talking about the atmosphere, even just going on your website, I can tell what the atmosphere is just by reading, just through the words that you're using and just the language and the, like it very much is like it's almost like seeing your site, I knew exactly what I was going to be coming into, and I knew right away it was going to be like a fun and warm environment. And I think that you guys are doing a really good job with creating that aspect. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about these boards up here. Can you show me what you've got and kind of tell me the history on them?
The boards on the far left are other skate shops around the Fraser Valley. So there's one in Langley and there's one out in Hope. They're friends of mine who run them.
Nice.
And so I wanted to be able to support them and be able to tell a customer, hey, I'm from Langley. Or if a customer is from Langley, I can tell them, hey, check out this shop. The guys there are super awesome.
Nice.
They've got a great vibe in there, and this is some of the stuff that they do.
Love it. Love it.
From there, we have some original decks that were made in 1980, some from Powell, and one Natus board up there. They're fairly rare. They're worth quite a lot.
Nice.
Often people will come with stacks of $100 bills, which I reject because I'm not selling those until the shop.
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully in 25 years from now, when when I exit the shop or
when you
whatever.
retire. Right?
Yeah. And then we just have other boards that go up there that they're kind of historic boards, or some of them are just graphics I really like and I throw them up. We also have Signed Wall, where we've been asking professional riders to sign some of their board graphics for us, so we can just better showcase them too. So if someone starts talking about something, like, hey, we got a sign board, and it's just something that's really fun. The scooter section was started. So when I first started running the front of the shop back in 2017, every single day our phone would ring or someone would come in looking for scooters.
Really?
And what most people don't understand is that back in 2017, the cultures of skateboarding and scootering were completely opposed to each other.
Oh.
Much the same way that snowboarding was when it came out with the skier. But because the shop is a fun, community-oriented board shop, and I know scooters don't necessarily fit with the board shop thing, but that community focus was so strong and it's so important to me that the story goes, how we got our first scooter is grandma came in right before Christmas and she said, I need a scooter for my grandson. That's all he wants.
Oh.
He just wants to ride a scooter. And it just so happened that month before a scooter shop closed down the street.
Oh.
So I finally said, I think I can help you. I went to business school with a guy who started a local scooter company in Langley.
Oh, wow.
So I'll tell you what, I'll grab your name and number and I'll give him a call, see what I can do.
Yeah.
So I called up my friend Dave, and different Dave, not the Dave, the original owner of Replay, but
Yeah.
and I said, Dave, I got this issue. A grandma really needs a scooter for her grandson, and that's all he wants. And she was in tears when she left. So can you ship me a scooter?
Aw.
And he's like, sure. Tell you what, why don't I ship you two, because they fit in the box perfectly. You don't have to pay extra for
Right.
the space for shipping. So I said, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So the box came, and I called the grandma, and she came in the same day, and she was ecstatic.
Wow.
But the funny thing is that I didn't know at the time, but after doing some research, is that Replay was to the best of my knowledge, the first board shop to ever bring a scooter into our shop.
Oh, wow.
And because the cultures were so different, we went through a little bit of a culture shift. And I'm not trying to overemphasize what we did, but I think we're having an impact on creating that, like bridging the gap between scooter riders and skaters.
Wow.
And some of the guys at the shop, the guys who run our scooter section, can definitely skateboard better than I ever would have thought.
Wow.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Yeah, like, and I guess it goes along with, kind of what your whole, what is important to you, and that's kind of bringing everybody together and creating an atmosphere where people can come and feel comfortable, whether that be through skating or, on scooter. So that's really amazing. Yeah. And are like, so when was this? 2017, did you say?
Yes.
And so your section over there has actually, I mean, it looks pretty, like it takes up a pretty big portion of your store. So like, are you happy with the decision that you made? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. And I guess a lot of the customers are too. Hey.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been good for the shop. It's been good to, again, hire more staff to run that section.
I bet. Yeah.
We started a website specifically for the scooter
Nice.
section that does sales. And it's something that's just growing, and the community continues to support scootering, and it's something that's going to be around for a long, long time, I think.
That's awesome. That is amazing. No, I love that. I love, it's inspiring. Even just coming in here and just like feeling the vibe, like it's inspiring. It's encouraging. Like I can definitely feel the positivity that you're projecting. That's awesome. Definitely really great for our community.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you for all that you do.